Good morning, everybody. So in the Bible, it says, pray about everything. Pray about anything. And you know what? Pray without stopping. Pray all the time. Okay, but that sounds really hard because how do you tie your shoe if you're also trying to fold your hands and pray? And how do you eat your breakfast if you have to have your hands folded and you're praying? Okay, so that's not really what the Bible means, right? You can eat your breakfast, you can tie your shoes, and you can do 1,000 other things that you do every single day. But what the Bible means when it says to pray without stopping and to pray all the time is that you can and should talk to God about absolutely everything because He's our Heavenly Father and He wants to hear from us. If we're sad, if we're happy, if we're scared, if we're excited, He's always listening all the time, no matter what we're doing, and we can pray wherever we are. So today I want to talk about a guy whose name is Daniel. Daniel is someone in the Bible, and he lived in a place where most people didn't worship God, they didn't pray to God, they didn't even like God. But Daniel loved to pray. He prayed all the time. He prayed all the time, every single day. In fact, this place where Daniel lived, they made a law. It said, you cannot pray to God. And do you know what Daniel did? Daniel went home and he prayed. He went home after they made that law that said you cannot pray, and Daniel prayed. Because in a scary time, he knew the best thing he could do was talk to God about it. So some people found out that Daniel was praying and they told on him. They told on him to the king. And do you know what happened to Daniel? They put him in a den full of lions. Now, I have a question for you. Would you like to be thrown into a den of lions? That sounds scary to me. I don't think I would like that. And so Daniel's in this lion's den, and he has to stay there all night long. Ooh, that makes me, I would not like that. But the next morning, the king comes to see Daniel in the lion's den, and guess what? He's alive. And he's not even hurt. Now, the Bible doesn't tell us what actually happened in that lion's den. All we know is he was sent to the lion's den, and the next morning he was just fine. But we know that Daniel prayed all the time. So what do you think he was probably doing in that lion's den? I like to think that he was probably talking to God. He was probably thinking, hey, God, this is a scary place, but I know that you're with me. God, please help me. God, keep me safe. And you know what? God did. The next morning, Daniel was just fine. So probably you're not going to be thrown into a lion's den anytime soon, anytime at all. But we all face times that are scary. We all have things that we worry about. And God is listening to us in all of those times. In fact, God says that there's nothing too big or too small for Him. He wants to hear everything. Even if you say, this is just not important. God doesn't care about this. He does, because He loves everything about you and He wants you to talk to Him no matter what. So this week, I want to challenge you that if you have anything you want to talk to God about, if you want to ask Him for help, if you want to share what you did that day, talk to God. He's listening to you all the time, and He is so excited to hear from you. I'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one. Bye.